Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we will look at problem 151 from Leetcode. Okay, so here is the problem statement. Pause this video for a second, try to come up with your own solution. So let's look at this problem then. So I'll be using these two examples. So here is my strategy for solving this problem. So I guess the way to do this kind of problem is you try to think of how a computer would do this kind of problem, and one way of doing it is you will be iterating from left to right, and then we are going to use a stack. So as we are iterating from left to right, and so in this case let's look at S1. So when we iterate from left to right, when we see a white space, then we have to stop. So in other words, in this case for S2 we have a white space in the first place. So in that case we would have to use either we have to use something like this continue here. So we will be using a while loop, and then if the letter is white space, then we increment our I by 1, and then we go to the next one. So and if the letter is not white space, then we have an inner while loop here, and then we create a temporary variable, so like this local variable here, temp, and this is a string. So forget about this code. So the strategy for solving this problem is we are going to use a stack. So as we iterate from left to right, we will be putting this word into our stack. So our stack will be something like this. So the will be on the bottom, sky will be on top of the, is will be on top of sky, and blue will be on top of is. Now this is our stack, and we are going to pop our stack, and then we will be concatenating those popped word to the whatever answer variable we have here. So in this case we will be concatenating them. So blue is sky the, and then one thing that you have to keep in mind is that we do not want to have a white space for the last white space after the last word. So in other words, if you look at this, we have no space in front of W and no white space after O. So that's something that we have to keep in mind. And you can, like, the way you handle that kind of edge case is like in my case, when we are popping the topmost letters in our string, in our stack, and then we check the length of this stack. If the length of stack is greater than or equal to 1, we will be adding this white space. Otherwise we do not add the white space. So that will take care of those cases when we do not want to add a white space after the last word. Okay, and then for this one, so this is just iteration from left to right, and if the letter is white space, then we increment our I by 1, then we look at the next one. Otherwise we will be, so in this case that's the case for this guy though. Then we will be using inner while loop, and then we will store this to the temp, and then we will be appending that to our stack. And something that you have to keep in mind is that do not forget about this statement here. So while the letter itself is not equal to white space, and the index I must be less than length of S. If you forget this, then you will encounter an error. So that is for this problem. And let's look at my code and see how this runs. Okay, so here is the code for this problem. Exactly the same code here. And let's run this. Okay, so I'm not quite so sure why I'm getting like such discrepancy here. But anyway, this is the code for this problem. Yeah, so and if you guys have any questions, please write a comment, and more than happy to answer for you. Yeah, so the time complexity, and so both time complexity and space complexity for this problem, I mean for my code, was O(n). Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I hope my video helps you guys understanding this problem, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.